Hi Scorpio, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Scorpio, this is your love reading for the upcoming 2 weeks, starting today on the 13th of February till the 26th of February. I can't say it. It's spelled February, February, but you don't say February. Some say February, some say February. I don't know, I should just leave it. Anyway, we're passing Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I do want to take a moment to just say a few things when I start to shuffle here. And it's going to be so nice to have to put this behind me because I've said it to every single sign now. It's just getting a bit old, but it has helped me to clear something up. So there was 1 or 2 people that came in with a few comments about that I talked too much, that I shuffled too long, I should pre-shuffle before starting the reading, I should do a whole lot of things. And at first I was like, okay, like getting it, it's tough for me to admit, and it's almost like I want to go back now and say, hey, it didn't hit me that hard. It did for 2 minutes. Or 5 minutes, but not more, to be honest, not more, 5 minutes. I was feeling, I even answered the people, I addressed them, I put my energy there, which is crazy. There are so many other people out there that I rather would have spent so much energy on to answer, because it's a loving comment, but then you pick out the one that is negative, like, oh my God. Anyway, it had me say this that I'm saying to you, and so the comments have started to just flood in, and it has given me so much love. So thanks to the douchebag, first of all, so much love has come in. Like, you're awesome in your comments. It's been like, you do you, you're doing great. I'm feeling you. If you can't you talk more? Like, you're being so kind and so nice. And I do get it, like, it's a bit, when the shuffling gets going, I fast forward in other, if there's a person starting to talk, some people shuffle and I fast forward, some people shuffle and I keep looking. Because if there's somebody just talking about, like, this is in my description box, this is what I offered, and you feel like you hear it, it's on repeat. There's not much new in there, there's not much new energy in there. But if they actually take the time to tell you something, or how they came about doing this reading today or whatever, the message has already started to come. It's already messages being delivered to you. And that's what I'm all about. The minute that I press record is the minute that the messages are getting through. Okay, so there could be something that I'm saying, and there was such a sweet comment in, I think it was Gemini. No, was it? I can remember now. It was a comment from a girl or woman who, because as I was shuffling, I got something in my eye, and I did this. It's like, oh shoot, like I got something in my eye. And then I did, maybe that's a sign. Like, that is supposed to be incorporated too. It's not just from the cards, it's what happens around it. And then in the cards, I got a card that was a Paris image. And the Paris image was all about being so romantic, so loving, such a lovey-dovey feeling. And so I talked about that. And then the girl comes back to say, oh my God. The other day, I was out, I think she said something about waiting for a bus or waiting for a train or something. And the wind was so strong. And by the way, the wind was so strong when I recorded that I was even commenting on it in the video, like, do you hear the wind? And she came back saying, the other day, the wind was so strong that it actually blew something in my eye, and it hurt so much, it brought me to my knees. But whereas a man walks up to her and asks her, like, if she needs help, what's going on? And she says, I got something in my eye. And looks up at him and sort of like in the movie-like setting, like, oh my God, is this happening? Is this my person? And she said a few more things, and then she ended the whole note with saying, by the way, I'm French. I can't make that up. I can't put that together. That's the universe. That's just giving That's me joking about how something besides the cards, me telling you this probably is a message for somebody. Friends, getting something in your eye, being outside, something that's being delivered outside, what seems to be the message is actually the message, or coming together. Like I got something in my eye, and then there was the French image in the card, and how they just blended beautifully together. Anyway, I just want to say it's all a message, and it's going to continue to be a message the second if you stop the recording and you think, oh, that was the message, and now I'm just going to go about my day, because that's how you do it. You're missing the point. You're missing the guidance, because I feel like the guidance is coming through at all times. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's a constant communication between you and your higher self. Okay, I'm going to give it a rest now. Anyway, I'm waiting for 3 cards to pop out. Sometimes it takes a bit too long. Maybe I was a bit focused on the story rather than your story. I've asked for the highest, most inspirational love story that I can give you at this moment in time, due to what you're doing. So 3 cards for beautiful Scorpio for the upcoming 2 weeks. Oh, and it's the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. If I would have done that, you come like this, okay. And I never realized, because I talked about Valentine, and I was like, oh, maybe I should look at who made the images on the card. And the guy or girl, I don't know, Radley Valentine. Isn't that funny? Okay, one more card for Scorpio. Almost. No, I'm actually gonna take that. Oh, wow. Wow. Give me a moment. Wow. So we have 3 number 8 on the table. We have 17 that adds up to an 8. We have the actual 8, and then we have an 8 as a infinity sign coming through. So we have 3 8s on the table. So it's a powerful reading. It's a powerful energy that's coming your way, that maybe you're feeling, or that's coming your way. Let's dive into it. So we have first number 17, the star. The star for me is like wishes coming true. I just have to look at this for a bit. What is that? You're pouring out your emotions. So I do apologize, the program will reverse the card. It says number 17. 17 for me as well as the infinity, like number, the symbol 8, the infinity sign, or infinity symbol. 17 also stands for that for me. It's like eternity. It's the eternal number, 17. And it's also the number 1, which is new beginnings, new start. Number 7 is like a completion. We're ready to get into this. And coming together is the 8. So that's the infinity, infinity, eternity, longevity. We're in this for the long haul. It's a long-term relationship that we're looking at, and it's a star, and the star could not be more like it's like it's being chopped off. But if we weren't chopping off the image, it would have kept going up there. It's sort of like a heart being like around the star, and it's like you're letting go of emotion. I feel like you're pouring your heart out, you're pouring your emotions out. There's something about wearing your heart on the sleeve. Is that how you say it? Wearing your heart on the sleeve, like being really vulnerable and out there, and and authentic and ready and no, you don't say accessible. Is that when you're available? Like, I you know what I mean? Accessible. Anyway, I feel like this is you, and you're so waiting. You're. This is definitely coming through as a single reading. Let's see if there's a couple reading coming in or not. But for the singles, I feel like this is you just pouring your heart out, pouring your emotions out. You're really feeling the emotions at this time, and it's a very spiritual. It's almost like you're having, I don't know how to call it, because either you're awakened or no, I guess you can be on a path to get awakened, to be awakened, to get more insights about who you are and the type of love that you're able to hold, if that makes sense. As a child, we're just little love bundles. Like, there's no compromise, there's no, we don't cut anything off in terms of love. It's just unconditional, and it's really, you're just flowing with love all around. And then as life goes on, and definitely being a Scorpio, it's like in midlife, you just have almost shut down at certain points in life, because life takes you on different journeys. And being a Scorpio, I know that life has taken you on a very particular journey, but that's only for you to be able to open up for this type of love that I feel here, this type of divine, soulmate, powerful aligning with a person coming in. You sort of have to know who you are. You meeting this person, if you're a bit unstable, if you're a bit unsure of yourself, if you're not too sure of who you are, you could easily start to question if you're enough. You could easily start to go into, if you have, let's say, a low paid job, if you don't have a job at all, if you're between jobs, if the house where you live is not like what you would consider the best place to live, or something along those lines. And if you're meeting this person, you could very easily get into that, oh shoot, I need to explain why I live like this, or I have to, like, I hope that they can see through the job that I have right now, or that I don't have all that much money, or and like anything along those lines, that you immediately then start to want to add to yourself the physical attributes, if that makes sense. Like the physical stuff around you is supposed to somehow shore you up, or like, I have a beautiful car. Like, they want to be with you more because you have a beautiful car. It has nothing to do with that. But this is like I feel like you're working on yourself. And what I started out saying before is that you're getting glimpses of your awakening, if that makes any sense whatsoever. You're getting glimpses of your awakening. It's like little hints of who you could be, little hints of who this of what this type of love could be. I don't feel like this is for the Scorpio that hasn't met somebody yet. I don't feel like it's if you're in a committed relationship. I will rephrase that. If you are in a committed relationship, thank you. You're yet to find this type of love from one another. You have yet to realize, discover, let shine what is within you to your partner, and vice versa. If you're single, I feel like you're doing it right now. You're just following a beautiful path. You're in touch with the universe. The border is the spiritual border, and it's all about the infinity, eternity, eternal number. It's the stars. It's wish fulfillment. For me, that's a wishful, like you wish upon a star and here they are. That's rhymed. It's just gorgeous energy, guys. And it's talking about that type of love that if you're not near your authentic self, you won't even attract them. They will pass you by because you won't even attract them. If you're somewhat in your mastery, in your spiritual awakening, I hope this makes sense. But you're still questioning yourself, and you still maybe judging yourself on what job you have, on how much money you have in the bank account, on how you're portrayed, if that makes sense, the physical attributes. Then you will attract them, and you will constantly feel like you're shooting from, like you're just the underdog, and you just have to prove yourself over and over. It's not an equal match, so that would just be a fight. Here you are. It's almost like you're the star for somebody else. You're a wish fulfillment for somebody else, because you've reached the limit now of where, not the limit, there's never a limit, but you've reached the point where you're sort of, if you haven't figured it all out, you're at least open to questioning stuff. It's like, yeah, I feel like there's something there, and I'm not closed off to say this is how it is. I'm open to learn more in that category. And you're so ready for this, and they're so ready for you. And if you're in the couple relationship, you have a yummy path to look forward to together, really. Then we have 8 of Ariel, 8 again, infinity, eternity, the eternal sign. What's the saying? As above, so below. So in heaven, so on earth. Like, så som himlen, så på jorden. As I would say in Swedish. So 8 of Ariel. So Ariel for me stands for love. And the pink border is all about romantic relationships for me. And this is, when this card comes out, it often speaks, and it does again, often speaks about how you gathered information, you've gathered wisdom, you gathered enough wisdom, and you've been shown the way, and you've started to listen to your higher self, to what's best for you. It might just be a feeling. I feel like having, just so you know what I mean, I am not an advocate for saying cut certain things out of your diet or do this or do that. I'm not at all. If you knew me, you know I'm not at all. But this is this type of feeling like I'd rather drink apple juice than Coke, if that makes sense. And you necessarily wouldn't say, my guides told me today to drink apple juice. It's just a feeling you have. It's just what will sort of resonate with you at this moment in time. So I would say why that is because apple juice is more on a vibrational level with what you've reached, and Coke is so low in its vibration that it suits you more if you're having a depressed day, or if you're in those lower realms, you're really into sugary stuff because it's really low in its vibration. And as you reach higher stages, you just get drawn into that, but that drawing, that pull, that feeling of I want to now have this, I think you wouldn't necessarily call it guidance in the sense that somebody whispered in your ear that you're supposed to drink apple juice, if that makes sense. So it is just you're following your gut feeling, you're following your instinct, you're following your intuition. For some of you guys, it is guidance. It is pure angel guidance, or your guides are with you, or your loved ones from the other side. You just feel them and you know instantaneously what they mean. But for others is your pure intuition. And so this is for all Scorpios. You just gathered enough information, wisdom. You really reached a place where you are starting to really get yourself. You're starting to understand what you're all about and what the hell you're doing on this earth. And with the 8 of Ariel, which is translated, it would be eternal love, the power of love, eternity of love. It is just, again, so beautiful. And then we have the Leo card. So you might be dealing with the Leo. You might have some Leo in your birth chart. Like, look it up if you want to, if that interests you. You might be dealing with the Leo. It is the very card that I showed you in the beginning, that is actually on the cover of the whole deck. And it's the Strength card, and it's the number 11. And if you look closely, there's a dove of hope flying. The dove of hope is flying with the infinity sign. So there's the third 8 on the table, or let's call it the third infinity sign on the table. And having those, have it triple, like 1 8 is powerful, 2 8s is really powerful, 3 8s is outer worldly, is really, really strong. And then with the Strength card, this is the type of love that you probably would, like, if you were to write a script for a movie, you would go, no, that's too, nobody would buy that. That's too Hollywood. That's too much. Let's calm down a bit on the cheesy stuff. This is too Hollywood. Like, too much. But it's real. And it's coming, and you're ready for it. You're sitting next to this power. I think this is what you're becoming. You're becoming the lion. But as for now, you're in the company of the lion. You're stepping into the lion. That strength, that unquestionable strength and unshakable, unconditional love. You're stepping into it. We're leaning towards it. And that is a freaking good start, guys. And also with the number 11, which equals number 2. And 2, again, is all about relationships. But with the number 11, which is a master number, it is also a portal for me. It's something that you're stepping through. So whenever you're ready, Scorpio, it's almost up to you now. Whenever you're ready. And like I see in the back here, it's like you could be out walking, and you could, all of a sudden you just feel drawn to, or you just look up in the clouds and you're like, is that a heart? Or is that an angel? Is that like something that is not that you have to guess? Or if you look at it from this way, it does show like it really is giving you hints in the sky, I feel. And it's so beautiful that it's a dove of hope. It's the freedom that is flying around with the infinity sign. It is such a gorgeous reading, such a powerful reading. If you're in committed relationship, you're so much, you're coming into such a strong place that is like, it's almost like, oh my God, the love has just kept growing, and I didn't know that I could care for a person this much. I didn't know that it was all this stuff between us and in me and in them. And if you're single, you're getting ready for a two Hollywood connection here. And it's about dang time, okay? Wish fulfillment. 3 through 3, I said, maybe that's a point as well, but 888, like 3 8s on the table. Gorgeous. I hope this helps and uplifts you guys. And I hope to see you back in a week for your general reading. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Take care. Bye.